Crochet Wearables number 2. And this is going to be a quick update on my first project that I have started, and just to tell you a little bit about some of the things that I have done maybe a little differently than the original design. But before I get started, I just forgot to mention in the very first episode that the definition, I looked up the definition for bougie, and it is a hip hop term that means luxurious lifestyle while retaining humble character. And I just think that's why I use the term. I just think it describes this series so well. Crochet is very humble in character, humble in just what we as crocheters strive to do, and hopefully our attitude and character towards fiber arts in general. But yet we can create luxurious items that are fun, exciting, and stylish to wear, and should never be ashamed of crochet and the things that we as crafters produce, or even as crochet designers. And I am not a designer. I use my crafting creativity to use the designs of others to create my own projects, whether that's amigurumis or wearables. And so anyway, I just really loved that definition. So let me get started showing you the progress I have done to refresh your memory. If you don't want to go back and watch the first episode, which I will put a link here and down in the description box below. But I am doing a design by Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches called the Knockout Crop Top. And as always, as I did in the first episode and in this one, I will put a link to her YouTube tutorial in the description box. So I did mention in my regular podcasts that I put out each week that I was blocking the design, and I put a picture up. I was blocking it because I am using fingering weight yarn. It's not heavy, so it was not pulling the design down. It is supposed to be lacy, creates diamond shapes, and they were all squished up, and I blocked it so that it would stretch out those diamond shapes, open up the lace, and I could measure for the armholes. And so this is, I'm going to open it up and show you. This is what it looks like after I have blocked it, so you can see that it has opened up those diamond shaped designs really well. And then I was able to fold it, and I measured from the shoulder down to here, and it is just about maybe a little more than 9 inches long here, which I think will be the perfect amount of inches for a very comfortable big arm hole. Not too big, but big enough that it will fit loosely, which is what I wanted. I did not make so far many changes to the design. Because I'm using a lighter weight yarn than her tutorial, what I did was I just chained until I did about 22 inches. So my head is 21. I don't really want it off the shoulders. So I knew that I could get my head around 21 inches. So I made it about 22 inches, and I chained. It ended up being 124 stitches. So I chained 126 and then went 3 chains over to do my first double crochet. Ended up with 124 double crochets for this first round of double crochet stitches. So that was a change because of the weight of yarn and the hook size. I am, as I said, using fingering weight or one weight yarn, and I am using a 4.5 millimeter hook. It is, I use tulip hooks, and yeah, so that's what I'm using there. This again is the yarn that I am using. It is a skein of yarn that I got through Advent calendar from 2022, put out by Reggie at J Hook Crochet. I'm pretty sure she did not dye the yarn. She partnered with a yarn dyer to put out her Advent calendar. And so that is the yarn I'm using. I don't know if you can see, it does have some sparkle to it. And yeah, so it's a really pretty yarn, and I think it's working up very nicely. So the other change that I did, besides just having to chain a different number of stitches in order to fit it over my head, is that I did 2 rounds of double crochet around the neck. It is thinner yarn, and I wanted the neckline to be a little bit thicker, the ribbing or whatever you call it around the neckline, the collar, to be a little bit bigger. And so far from her pattern, those are the only changes that I have made to the starting chain, the number of stitches in the beginning round, and then doing 2 rounds of double crochet. I do have plans to add sleeves, which she didn't in her tutorial. She talks about how you can. So I do plan on adding sleeves. I don't know if I'll do maybe a couple of repeats of the pattern and then add, or I may just go ahead after I try it on and add 2 rows of double crochet that will match the neckline. And I do plan on doing 4 rounds of double crochet at the bottom of the whole top. I think she changed to half double crochet in her tutorial, but I want to keep everything uniform. So the collar, the sleeve, and the bottom of the top, I want to all do the same. So in double crochet, but I will add 2 more rows at the bottom. At least that's my plan, to add 2 more rows at the bottom of the top, just so that that bottom finishing edge is a little bit wider than the neckline. But we'll see. I may change my mind as I go and as I try things on. But those are my plans for doing anything different from her pattern. So that's the update so far. I will, since I have decided that this is going to be big enough for an armhole, I'm going to go ahead and join and start then working on the body. And hope to have a lot more done by the next update. And so thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next week. I will be on Flourish Creatively Podcast 25 next week, and may even have an update for this knockout crop top. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.